My name is Josiah Bile, and I was the cinematographer for the short film Life Insurance. For the car scene, we referenced a scene from Prisoners and stole all the compositions from that. We were worried that we were not going to get this done in 8 hours, and we got it done in 4. Logan only wanted 1 close-up because if you have a lot of close-ups, they begin to lose value. But if you just have 1, that has a lot more power.
Every time you go to a close-up, the audience knows, look at this is important. You have to be very, very cautious and careful about when you choose to do it.
1 close-up in the second scene was the shot of the pill bottle. This shot was a lot more than just setting up the lighting and calling it good. The lighting for it still seemed really dead. To make the lighting a little more exciting and less dead, I stood in front of the light and the top of my head just made a little subtle shadow that moved around on the pills and just added a little bit of extra life to the shot. Logan and I decided to just light up this scene with 1 street lamp. From a storytelling standpoint, it would make more sense to backlight Lewis since he was a mysterious character, so his face would be more obscured. And it would frontlight Nora because it's more of a deer in the headlights kind of look since she is kind of the victim of this scene. So for the shot of Lewis, we backlit him from camera left and bounced a little bit of it to fill up the right side of his face. And for Nora, since we didn't want to directly light her in the face, we decided to bounce the light from the steering wheel. That just made a really nice soft push. For the wide profile shot, we had to change the lighting setup a little bit more than just adding bounces. With the 1 street lamp, it didn't outline Nora at all. We had to add a second light so that she would be outlined just as much as Lewis. For the rain for this, I thought that it was going to be this horrible, complicated process of building some PVC apparatus with sprinkler heads, but it turns out all we needed to do was rig a hose up on a C-stand. We just hooked up the hose, set the, what is that called? The head? Nozzle. The nozzle. We rigged the hose to a C-stand and...
if you don't say the word girth, I am not going to include you in this video at all.
Right, I was like, and turn the nozzle on a really wide girth of a spray and call it good. And most importantly, if you wanted to see the rain, you had to backlight the rain. So for the office scene, we used the same lighting setup for every character, just moving the rig around. We shot our brightest light into a 4x4 bounce, and we added some diffusion as well, so it wasn't as harsh. So this soft top light still made their eyes dark, so we added a bounce from underneath them and in front of them. So since we didn't want light bouncing all around the room, we added a skirt just around the edges of it, so it contained the light and kept it just going straight down towards our talent.
Hence the color grading for this project. I'm no colorist at all, but the one tip that I do have is that I try and use reference frames for everything. I took an image of the social network and placed it over on top of Life Insurance. I changed the lift, gamma, and gain until I got a color that was as close as I possibly could get it to the social network. I hope that you've enjoyed the breakdown for these videos. All of this was just us talking about what we've learned through the process. This project for me was such a good learning experience that I just want to go out and just make something completely new again. Below, I linked a before and after of the video with the color grade and all the visual effects missing, then finally what we got. Also, if you're an editor, I linked all of the raw footage for you to piece together and create your own version of Life Insurance. And if you send it to me, I would love to see what you get. Everyone has a very different process for editing, and I would love to learn from you.